So the elephant in the room, obviously, our listeners probably are aware that E-rate has been questioned. It's been actually there's a ongoing litigation going on right now as far as the legitimacy of E-rate and how it's funded. Do you anticipate? Tell me what you've heard so far on that litigation, but also do you anticipate that maybe they're going to pull the rug out from under us for the cybersecurity stuff?
That is a great question. First, I'm that geeky person that like literally calls and listens to the FCC hearings on things, etc. I have.
You're our advocate.
Yeah, I chat with other state coordinators on the side. I can't believe they just said that. But the hearing that was happening at the Supreme Court and the cases that were involved with that were because there were split decisions at the lower courts. And so it went up to the Supreme Court to decide. And it's not really on the foundation of should E-rate exist. And the hearings were really clear on that. It's an overwhelming support. Everybody is really supportive of the program itself. What it really questioned was, how is it being run? And so there are some that say, hey, FCC is off putting to the USAC too much of the work. Like they should be keeping more of the work themselves. They have farmed too much out. And they're really being given the responsibility to run this program, and too much is being done by their nonprofit partner. So there was some questions there. Another thing was not that this big discussion on whether it was a fee or a tax. So if it is a fee, then the fee can be collected directly by the SEC and redistributed. That's what's happened for the last 20 years of the program. If it is determined to be a tax, then that tax has to go through the legislative process, and so it will have to be in the budgetary process of the federal government. And there's some concern that if it does go through that budget process of the federal government, where we've seen a pretty stable level of funding, and we know that it's there and we have some confidence in it, that could change from year to year and give them the possibility of decreasing or pulling from those funds, et cetera.
Other hands in that pot.
If it stays in the funding structure that it's in, that it always has been in, there's a little bit more confidence that we're not going to lose things like cybersecurity. Then we know that that's there. There may even be additional legislative action to put more money into the fund in some way.